our internet brain rot destroyed Gen Alpha. Wait, Gen Alpha is the new one, or is that Gen Beta? Actually, yeah, you know a lot of kids can't. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, it's like a staggering. I heard it's like 35% of kids can't read or something. I don't know if that's true or not. Gen Beta started this year. Okay, them little right cooked already, bro.
We cannot raise a generation of kids that are this tuned out, that are this rude, that are this violent.
I teach 7th grade. They are still performing on the 4th grade level.
Yeah, what? Wait, gamer. Okay, what was y'all reading levels back in the day? When I was in like 6th grade, I was reading on like a 9th grade level. I was always a good reader, bro. I was like language arts was always my thing, bro. Read 9th grade and the 4th grade. That's what I'm saying, bro. 11th and the 8th, that's good, bro. These little kids just out of existence nowadays, they ass cook. Yeah, nigga, because their whole personality is formed on TikTok, bro.
Of their children literally having meltdowns after taking the iPad away from them.
What's wrong?
I want an iPad. I really want an iPad.
As it's
Not a thought going through that dumb little brain.
12-year-old, the internet taught me too many things I shouldn't know. It has completely ruined me, and I have serious mental health issues. This is just one of the many horror stories about brain rot destroying Generation Alpha. It's gotten so bad that
Reading 9th grade at 12. Yeah, I met some motherfucker who just started reading like, what was it, Hunger Games in like 10th grade, and like, damn, you are a fucking imbecile. Wow.
the Oxford Dictionary made brain rot the 2024 word of the year. But although everyone is complaining about brain rot, most people still don't understand what it is exactly or how much damage it's causing. Today, we'll break it down like never before and show with proof how brain rot is destroying an entire generation. So my goal this year is to give you guys double the amount of videos without sacrificing quality. And to do that, we gotta keep growing. So 75% of you guys aren't subscribed, and it would mean the world to me if you did, and I promise to give you more fire content. The disturbing rise of brain rot.
What was the first brain rot video y'all ever seen? If you want to be technical, bro. 2011? God, I might be old, bro.
It's raining tacos from out of the sky.
If you like to help the homeless, please consider donating to these organizations. Nope!
Brain rot is the idea that exposure to certain content can turn you into an idiot. It's based on the belief that the internet is rotting the brains of kids who spend too much time watching
Look at him! This who? I don't know who's called it. He's finished. He's finished.
videos online.
Gen Alpha content's some of the most incoherent brain dead I've ever seen in my life, okay? Like I can physically feel my brain cells frying every second I spend watching them.
But this isn't just some theory. A mom saw it happen to her own sons. When the boys were toddlers, she would play videos on her iPad to keep them calm and entertained. It worked so well that she started calling the iPad Peace in a Pocket.
Sometimes you have an important phone call or you've got a parent-teacher interview or whatever that you just can't be interrupted in, and it's so easy. It's peace in a pocket.
But that peace
Brain rot? No, that's not, like, I think you're confusing brain rot with entertainment. You know, back in the day, shows were dead ass entertainment, bro. But like nowadays, like, yeah, now, like, if you had shit like Uncle Grandpa was brain rot. I don't know if you had the Mad Show, that shit was brain rot. Regular Show wasn't brain rot. That was just dead ass entertainment.
didn't last. By the time her sons were 9 and 7, they were exhibiting disturbing behavior. The boys didn't want to do anything except watch videos online and play games. They didn't even want to go to school or do homework. And when she tried to take the screens away, this happened.
And they would become sort of aggressive and throw tantrums and that sort of thing if they'd played for ages and ages.
Yeah, annoying orange! Yes! Yes! I forgot about that shit! Oh! Yes, y'all remember? Oh, no, yes! We could, like, identify that brain rot. Why didn't it affect us that bad? For me, I was addicted to, like, Minecraft Let's Play videos, bro. But, like, why was I not cooked? Like, I used to watch them shits religiously. I didn't have the internet. Damn, nigga. Life must suck. Actually, nah, I had those arcs, too. We weren't raised on iPads. I feel like we grew up with, like, the iPads and shit like that, but, like, we weren't addicted to them. Like, how the fuck am I gonna be addicted to, what, Subway Surfers and Temple Run?
She ended her story with a warning for other parents.
There is something about it that changes their brain.
And she was absolutely right. Researchers found that too much screen time
Holes in his shirt? This is a day before my birthday, sorry.
physically changes kids' brains.
One result that keeps showing up, parts of the brain related to reading, language and decision making are often weaker in kids who have more screen time.
This shrinking of the brain is what we call brain rot. And by the
their brains are. I didn't know. Oh, your brains are dead ass shrinking. Wow.
time parents notice, it's already too late.
What's wrong?
This nigga about to kill himself? Damn, little. He about to wrap that rope around his neck over the iPad?
One mom shared a story about her 7-year-old daughter who got an iPad for Christmas. No one realized how addicted this girl was until her birthday.
Like, look at the whole, like, this shit's pissing. Niggas, he probably paid like $50 for what? For 4/5 of a shirt.
Party. The house was full of guests, presents, and cake, but none of it mattered. The girl did not talk to any children invited and spent the entire party playing Roblox on her iPad. Generation Alpha is defined as those born from 2010 to 2024. From the moment they could hold one, these kids had iPads in their hands. That's why they've been hit the hardest by brain rot.
She knew exactly how to start it up. She knew from the get-go.
From the moment she wakes up, Violet Bolton can't wait to get on her iPad.
There are about 2
I
billion.
have a question. So, guys, if y'all have kids, how are you gonna raise them, bro? You don't want your kid to not have a phone for a while, like just in case you need to make a call or some shit. You gonna give them like one of those weak phones, like you can only make calls on?
Gen Alphas living in the world. What happens when these brain rot kids step into the real world? iPad kids. Studies show that kids who spend too much time online are more defiant and rude to their parents. A perfect example of this happened on a flight from Germany in August 2017. A mother and her child boarded the plane, and right away, you could tell this was an iPad kid. The moment they sat down, the mother asked the flight attendant to turn on the Wi-Fi so her child could use their iPad. We don't know if the Wi-Fi was turned on or not, but as soon as the plane took off, all hell broke loose.
The passengers describe an 8-hour flight from hell with non-stop and nerve-jangling screaming and fussing. They even
beat the no, because this isn't even brain rot. This is just a shitty kid. You gotta beat him. 8 hours of yelling and screaming. If you're not gonna discipline your son, I will. 8 hours? I have to put that nigga in a little headlock, bro, and give him a noogie. You can't just say, no, Timmy, stop. No, it's not gonna work. No, I said no iPad. Like, that's not gonna work, bro. I'm throwing that little nigga off the plane type shit.
covered their ears to drown out the 3-year-old.
No matter what anyone did, the child wouldn't calm down.
But he was climbing all over the chairs. He was just screaming, would not let up. He was running up and down the aisles.
Some people say the solution is simple. Punish the kid. Spank them. Take away their devices. But what happens when the kid isn't small anymore? Like this 15-year-old Gen Alpha boy who is 6 feet tall and 270 pounds.
Damn! You just found your next lineman. 15 years old, 270? Throw that on the O-line today. The Patriots need a center.
In September 2022, his mom allegedly took away his phone as punishment. In retaliation, he destroyed the entire house.
Did you give birth to the Hulk?
Entire
nigga, do you know how strong you have to be to rip the fridge out the socket?
House.
Nigga, where's the sink? Like this, the faucet isn't even on the sink. Oh my god! Oh, you have to shoot this with a blow dart. No, go look at the table. That's a marble. Look at the table. That's a marble countertop. He bit off the. He'd be getting paid what, $35 million a year easy. The fact that he ripped the faucet off the sink and bit the marble countertop, like that's scary. You have an apex predator living in your house.
Desperate for help, his mother started a GoFundMe.
Damn, I'm not gonna. Hold on, you see this? Excuse me. Yeah, all right. Shout out me. I'm not gonna lie. Clap it up for this, bro. Hell yeah, bro.
to raise money for repairs. But when people started criticizing her son for being spoiled, she tried to change the story. She posted another video saying her son was mentally ill and that his meltdown wasn't over a phone, but the internet wasn't buying it. They thought she was only saying that so more people could feel sorry for her and donate. But this kind of aggression from kids is everywhere now, even in schools.
I've had a student throw chairs at me and shoes because I asked them to get their math book out, but
yo, real shit. I'm surprised a teacher, like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised. I think is teacher one of like the highest like careers with the highest like suicide rates? Because these get paid nothing, make these long ass lesson plans that said, hey, take out your book. That's my final straw.
But they didn't want to.
And nothing triggers aggression faster than a parent taking away the iPad.
What? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
People have been sharing videos of their children literally having meltdowns after taking the iPad away from them. I mean, this one is literally picking up a chair to throw it.
But Gen Alpha kids who aren't lashing out are facing a different emotional problem: depression. In 2021, researchers found that high school kids who spend too much time on TikTok experience memory loss, depression, stress, and anxiety. Sometimes even healthy teens start believing they have a mental disorder just
because everybody's trying to be, I'm telling you, bro, because everybody is fucking sad and miserable, bro. If you see 30 sad Bart Simpson, XSS, and Tashion Edis, nigga, you're gonna start feeling like him. Take my heart.
because they saw it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Important story for parents to hear. Rise in teens on TikTok self-diagnosing themselves with rare mental health disorders, in most cases that they don't have, after watching videos on the social platform.
But it doesn't stop at wrong diagnoses. In one bizarre case, teens actually developed physical symptoms.
Teenage girls showing up at their doctor's office with these strange tics, these strange movements and jerking movements. Nobody could figure out why.
Doctors were baffled. It took a team of investigative reporters to solve the mystery.
According to a recent Wall Street Journal article, doctors say all the girls have one thing in common. They're watching TikTok videos of people with Tourette's syndrome.
Is that what happened to Jinxie, bro?
All the girls have one thing in common. They're watching TikTok videos of people with Tourette's syndrome, which is a neurological disorder that can cause physical tics.
No wonder TikTok is called the worst social media platform of all. It's pure brain rot.
Fuck TikTok. I'll say it till I die. Even though I'll start posting on it. Fuck TikTok.
Next brain rot problem destroys the innocence of kids. Inappropriate content for kids. Kids who spend all their time online don't have to go looking for adult content. It finds them. First, they stumble upon viral memes that might be funny for an adult, but can be extremely harmful for a child. For example, there are plenty of instances of children quoting the Haktua meme without understanding what it means. There's even a children's song about Haktua that stayed up on YouTube Kids for 3 days. We've also seen kids making jokes about P. Diddy and Baby
No, that's just funny. That's comedy.
oil. That's not something a child should know about, but
My
inappropriate
brother quoted Haktua. Did you kill him? Sorry.
jokes are just the beginning. Once a kid falls into toxic content, it only gets worse. Some as young as 9 are addicted to mature videos. Others watch real-life gore and fetish content, and this exposure changes
I'm
them.
not gonna lie, nah. Where y'all niggas gore? I used to. I had like a 3-month gore arc, bro. I was so bad. I had a gore arc, bro. Hey, have you ever had an arc where you're just trying to be different? Like, I've had that when I was like fucking 14.
They start talking and acting differently. Some get so edgy they want to get physical with the cops.
And then he has to provide his ID.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Y'all know what?
What is that I'm doing, bro? God damn. This nigga have terrible acne.
The Freemasons suck my...
Although TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter try to filter the worst content, kids still find it because they're always online. Before we explain the next way brain rot is destroying Generation Alpha, there's one question we need to answer. If brain rot content is so bad, why do creators keep making it?
Money!
Getting rich from brain rot. Brain rot isn't just about too much screen time. It's also about the fast, flashy content kids watch online that messes with their brains.
You can use it in 2 ways. You could say, that's brain rot. Yes. Or you can say, that video gave me brain rot two ways.
While brain rot content is destroying Gen Alpha, it's making those creating it filthy rich. Let's look at the numbers, starting with one of the worst offenders, CoComelon. Right now, CoComelon's YouTube channel has 189 million subscribers and 1,400 videos. And those videos have
offered a vape for the first time when I was 9? Damn, what the blueberry blast to what? Learn about shapes? Damn!
been watched 196 billion times.
What? This video alone probably created generational wealth for this nigga.
And every single one of those views puts money in their pockets. However, their biggest payday came in 2021 when the studio behind CoComelon was sold for $3 billion. But CoComelon isn't the only show cashing in on brain rot. According to Forbes, the Baby Shark dance video earns
Bounce along in the bus. It's a kid song. Go yard. Just kidding.
around $283,000
10 racks a day?
each month. That's about $9,400 a day. We can't talk about brain rot shows without Skibidi Toilet. It's a nonsensical YouTube series about toilets with human heads in the bowls, but it gets over 30 million views per video and could earn up to $23 million per year from YouTube alone. But it's not just videos. Even social media platforms are worsening brain rot by making their apps more addictive. Scrolling on TikTok has been compared to playing a slot machine in a casino. Every short video gives a tiny hint compared to playing a slot machine in a casino.
Cat girl, Neko girl, Kitsune, Chalky, Milk. What the figgity?
Short video gives a tiny hint of dopamine, making users more addicted. Now, YouTube,
Why are you addicted to that?
Facebook, and Instagram are copying TikTok, pushing short videos to keep people hooked. And it's paying off. Here's a table showing how much social media platforms earn in 2024. It ranges from $800 million to $80 billion. Despite the warnings, nobody is stopping. If anything, they're doubling down because brain rot is a gold mine. This next problem is serious because it affects Gen Alpha's daily life. A generation that can't communicate.
There we go. Yeah, your baby can't read. This shit is eye-opening on another level. Yeah, just raise your kids. You can't just send your kid off with the iPad just because you're annoyed, bro. Your kid's loud and obnoxious. That doesn't mean you have to send him with the iPad. He can shut up. Shut your...
Watch this video and see if you understand what this kid is saying.
Diddies and Diddy Men. Keep your phantom high, but Sigma's higher. And remember, it's just alcohol.
Sounds like
Isn't there such a thing as late abortion? That's a thing, right? Wait, isn't that the kid that got curb stomped?
It's higher.
Yeah, that's the kid that got curb stomped. Wait, hold on. That's why his brain is mush. That little nigga got curb stomped.
And remember, it's just alcohol.
Sounds like complete nonsense, right? But believe it or not, this is how many
Chico
Gen
Waka. Yeah, that's him.
Alpha kids talk now.
I just realized his background do say dick.
It's called brain rot slang.
I do a GRWM for my OOTD, but I don't have the proper ring like they tell me I need.
This slang only makes sense if you're deep into online culture. Otherwise, it's gibberish. It's so frustrating that a TV show host brought her own Gen Alpha son on live television just to explain this bizarre way of speaking.
When you say Skibidi Toilet, what are you talking about? Are you just talking about that? Or is it just a funny thing to say?
But every brain rot word has a meaning. Riz is short for charisma, only in...
Oh, real? Wait, no! That's cap. That's not... Really? You didn't know that? I'm not tapped in. I'm sorry, I'm not a idiot. Like, you just flex that you're stupider than me. Well, I just said stupider. That's not a real word.
Ohio refers to anything that's strange or random, and skibidi can mean good, cool, bad, evil, or dumb, depending on the context. There are so many of these terms that someone started a brain rot dictionary to keep track. But brain rot slang is not a laughing matter. Many teachers have noticed that kids who speak brain rot struggle to switch back to normal English. It's like they're forgetting how to talk properly. But at least teenagers can still talk. Toddlers, on the other hand, are losing their ability to speak at all. A mother shared her experience with CoComelon, one of the worst brain rot shows. My youngest was watching CoComelon almost every day, and I just thought he was taking a bit longer with his speech. But after I cut it out, his speech picked up almost instantly. He started saying simple words like mama and dada that he hadn't said before. There's a reason for this. For starters, the scenes in CoComelon change every 1 to 3 seconds.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
It's so fast that kids barely have time to process what's happening on screen. Secondly, the colors in CoComelon are at maximum saturation, which can
I'll be doing that with my thumb. Yo, you think Mikey loves a response? I'll be cranking the saturation up on my videos, bro. It pops more, bro. It pops more, bro. You brain rotting us, L streamer kids. Yo, fuck you. You still clicked.
overwhelm a child's developing brain. Last but not least, CoComelon has repetitive songs and high-pitched sounds, all designed to grab and hold a child's focus.
And all of that is happening simultaneously. The child is being overstimulated.
And that overstimulation comes with consequences.
Instead of the child singing along or, rehearsing the lessons in the show, they are just mesmerized by what is happening. All of the different senses that are being stimulated in the moment of watching, and it actually causes them to become nonverbal.
It's a national crisis. A 2023 survey found that 1 in 5 children were behind with their talk.
That's so 1 in 5. That's a lot of kids. What, bro? What I've learned is overstimulation is never good. Yeah, I'm not like, that's why people even be talking about like, yo, I can multitask. Man like Mikey loves, hell nah, bro.
Talking and understanding of words. That's the highest number ever recorded. Talking is how people express themselves. So what happens when an entire generation grows up only knowing how to speak in brain rot? Or worse, what happens when they can't speak at all? Following the cool kids. Brain rot.
No cool kid of mine has ever been. No cool guy I've ever met said Skibbity.
Has trained Gen Alpha not to think. So when a new TikTok trend goes viral, they don't stop to ask, is this a bad idea? They just jump in, and sometimes it ends in disaster. Take the outlet challenge. Kids were shoving coins into electric sockets just to make sparks fly. Or the
y'all niggas were doing that. That's what cool kids were doing. The suicide challenge.
Devious Licks challenge, where kids filmed themselves stealing from their own schools, and those who got caught got in trouble.
Friend's been expelled from school for riding his scooter after hours and stealing a handicap parking sign from the school.
And worst of them all, the blackout challenge. That one was fatal. This isn't just about dumb TikTok trends, it's about an entire generation of kids losing their ability to learn. The dumb generation. Brain rot has messed with Gen Alpha's brains.
The blackout challenge. I don't even care, nigga. That's
so badly they can't even study.
We are in a crisis mode in American schools.
On TikTok, videos about Gen Alpha struggling to read have almost 470 million views.
I teach 7th grade. They are still performing on the 4th grade level.
Even the kids who can read can only handle simple sentences or scan headlines. But ask them to read something longer or more complex, they shut down. And then there's the problem of low attention spans.
They can't even attend to a video. They can't even attend to a 3-minute video clip. I can play it, I can tell them what it's going to be about, I can summarize what the video did, and not a single one can tell me what the video was about.
As if being distracted and unable to read wasn't bad enough, Gen Alpha is also making their teacher...
Blackout is when you choke yourself until you pass out. And why did he put that in the cool kids section of the video? What cool kids was killing themselves?
Miserable.
Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic.
I'm sorry, you're just so beautiful, miss. You are so beautiful. Like, you don't have to deal with me. I won't say Skibbity unless we sorry. What am I?
Experience of my life. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up.
In 2023, reading and math scores among 13-year-olds in the US fell to their lowest levels in decades. That's solid proof brain rot is destroying the education of an entire generation.
And we are expecting them to go to college and obtain jobs when they cannot even comprehend basic skills.
Brain rot content won't disappear because it's too profitable.
Oh God.
But parents can control what their kids watch, and that choice changes everything. More importantly, kids need time away from their screens. And if you are Gen Alpha and you're watching this, here's my advice. Don't let brain rot ruin your future. Visual Venture.
That was a good video, man. How do y'all feel about it, bro? Like, we're in the digital age, bro, so like we're kind of like in a system where, like, you know, your dumbass little baby isn't expected to survive. I'm not gonna lie, one kid who's doing good right now is my little sister, bro, because she was born in 2014, which was fucking, or 2013, which is fucking crazy to me. But her ass is a genius, bro. Like, she's in like 5th grade and she's already doing like, you know, geometry. I'm like, damn, what the? I didn't do geometry till 9th grade, which I failed.